My name is Sierra Hallman, and I'm a student at Georgia Northwestern Technical College. I'm in speech this semester, and today I'm going to be giving you a speech on the epidemic of domestic violence in the United States of America. 1 out of 4 women in the United States are abused in an intimate relationship. Whether this be currently or in the past, it's still a crazy statistic. Domestic violence greatly affects the future of America by targeting the youth. We can stop this by teaching youth how to deal with their emotions and how to understand how to treat others even when they make them upset or angry, and by showing them how to be in a healthy relationship. In this speech, I'm going to be talking about domestic violence, where it starts, how it affects children, and what you can do to help. For starters, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience domestic violence. Practice walking into a room, pick out 4 women, and knowing that one of them goes home to an unhealthy and sometimes dangerous household. Factor in the fact that they have children with them, or that they seem so happy, but behind closed doors they're really not. This has really affected the way that I look at things whenever I walk into a room with people in it, and it's greatly affected how I live my life. This information was brought to you by ncadv.org. The second point I have is how it affects children. It affects children by giving them a long time risk for mental and physical health problems. This is like anxiety, depression, relationship issues, never being able to really build a healthy relationship with others, and physical problems, just like from the physical abuse they've experienced over their childhood years. Not to mention the fact that when children are raised in a home that has these violence issues between usually the parents, it makes them more likely to reoffend and to grow up to be abusers themselves, according to womenshealth.gov. Now you're sitting there and you've taken in all of this information, and you know that this is terrible. Maybe now you really start to understand how this is affecting America and how this greatly affects children, but you may be asking yourself, what can I do to help? What do I say? Where do I even begin? Well, I have come up with 5 points of different things that you can say to someone who's being abused to help them. The first one is, I'm afraid for your safety. Let them know that you care about them, that you're afraid for how they are and how their well-being. Let them know that you love them, and remind them of all the good things in life and how they're playing with fire that could be taken away all in a split second. The second one is, I'm afraid for your child's safety. Maybe if they're comfortable, give them a few statistics of how often this happens in real life. I don't know any mother that would want their children to go through something like that. And sometimes that is what it takes to really just snap them out of the situation. The third one is, I'm here for you when you're ready for change. A lot of times these people are in love with the person that they were with before this started, or the person that they think that the person could be. So they want to stay with them and stick with them through the bad in hopes for the good. But you need to let them know that you're there for them when they're ready to change. A lot of times it can be hard to let go, but just having someone there and knowing that someone cares about them can really help them understand that they can get out of this. The fourth thing is that it will only get worse. Like I said before, people may be feeling like, oh, they'll get better, or if I love them through this, it'll change. It doesn't change. Unfortunately, as you get older, it only gets worse because people become more set in their ways, and you're also exposing your child to it more and more over the years. The last one is that you don't deserve it. Just letting them know that you care and that they don't deserve it. It doesn't matter what they did. Nobody deserves to be physically abused. This information is from ccdv.org. I've went over all of these points and I've talked with all of you about all these things. While I've given my speech, 100 people have been abused for the first time. This is ncadv.org. That is a crazy number to know that just sitting here and talking for 5 minutes, 100 people have been abused. Don't wait until tomorrow, start today. There is no excuse for abuse, and love does not look like this. Thank you.